Today I'm going to explain a long question for differentiation. Okay, this is a long question, so this question actually is for paper 2, and this question actually is a 10-mark question. You got 3 mark, 3 mark and 4 mark here. This is for the differentiation chapter, so it's the for mx. I think it's the chapters 8 for Form 4 student. Okay, and this is considered one of the very important chapter for in SPM mx. Okay, we have a look on the question. Okay, first he say the curve y equal to x cubed minus 6x squared plus 9x plus 1 pass through the point A, 2, 3, and have the two turning point P, 3, 1 and Q. Okay, he asks you to find the gradient of the curve at A. Okay, first you have to understand few things here. First you have to understand what is the meaning by turning point. Okay, when the curve has the turning point, mean actually he will turn at the maximum point or the minimum point. That is what we call it turning point. So when sometimes the question say turning point, if the curve is like that, the turning point is always in the top or the bottom. So if here we call it maximum point, if here we call it minimum point. So what's so special about turning point? So when you see the turning point in this chapter will always mean turning point dy dx will equal to 0. Why dy dx will equal to 0? Because in a turning point they have 0 gradients. Dy dx will mean the gradients of the curve. So mean actually in turning point they will have the 0 gradients. 0 gradients mean is something like this. They will have the 0 gradient at turning point. Okay. So remember at turning point or at maximum point or at minimum point, dy dx will equal to 0. And then how to determine whether it is maximum point or minimum point? So this one you have to remember, when at maximum point, if you want to determine, you have to differentiate one more time. That one we call it d2y dx squared. Okay, you have to determine the second time. Okay, when you differentiate second time, if the turning point is the maximum, dy dx will smaller than 0. Okay, if you differentiate second time, you got the value is positive, means that is the minimum point. Okay, very easy to remember. How remember this one is like that. Okay, this for curve, for graph function, we know the positive curve is like that. This is positive curve. So positive will mean A have to bigger than 0, so we will get the minimum point. This is the minimum curve, mean A will smaller than 0. Okay, so when I see maximum point, I will know d2y dx squared will smaller than 0. See? And when we see this is the minimum point, I know when I differentiate second time, I will get bigger than 0. Okay, this is just something extra and not really related in this chapter. Okay, now we go to the first question. He asks us to find the gradients of the curve at A. Means you want to find gradients, you just need to differentiate your graph. So this one very simple. I just write the equation here. Y equal to x cubed minus 6x squared plus 9x plus 1. So I differentiate y and x, so called dy dx. Okay, so when I differentiate this one, means I can get the gradient of the curve. So when I differentiate this one, 3 move in front and 3 have to minus 1. So I got 3x and 3 minus 1 square. Okay, so 2 move in front, with -6 multiple 2, we got -12. X, 2 minus 1, we got 1. Okay, plus 9x. When you see 9x, you just ignore the x plus 9. Because x here will be power 1 plus, minus 1, you got power 0. X power 0, you got 1. So now 9 multiple 1, you got back the 9. And 1, okay, you cannot get 1 because this one got no x. Okay, so after you differentiate this one, he say gradient of the curve at A. So at A means you have to substitute the x value at A. So at A, x will equal to 2. Okay, so you have to substitute 2 into all the x here in order to find what is the values of dy dx. So you don't need to substitute y here, you just need to substitute x. So remember, when you want to find dy dx, you just need to substitute the x value. So therefore, I substitute the 2 inside, I will get 3, 2 square minus 12 multiple 2 plus 9. So I will get 4 multiple 3, we will get 12 minus 24 plus 9. So this one is 21 minus 24, we will got negative 3. Okay, so this is the gradient of the curve at A. So this one is for part A. Okay, after that, part B, he asks us to find the equation of the normal to the curve at A. Okay, at A, we got the gradient at negative 3. Okay, remember this one, at A, we got the gradient negative 3. Means what? Means actually this curve. Okay, let's say, okay, at A here, we got the gradient is negative 3. So the negative 3 actually will means the gradient of the tangent. So actually this one you will got negative 3. Correct or not? So after that, he want to find the equation of the normal to the curve A. Okay, means he want to find another gradient. You want to get the equation. So before you get the equation, you need to have the gradient. So he want normal. Mean it's 90 degree to point. Okay, to the gradients m equal to negative 3. So what formula we need to use here is m1 multiple m2. We will get negative 1. m1 multiple m2. We will get negative 1. Okay, this is the formula for perpendicular. Means when he say this is the normal, means you have to find what is the gradient for this dashed line. Okay, after you got the gradient, you just substitute the point A, you can get the whole equation. Okay, so now we got the first gradient for tangent one is negative 3. So negative 3 multiple m2 you get negative 1. So actually m2 you will get 1 over 3. Mean actually when this one is negative 3, okay, mean this dashed line we call it gradient of normal, we will have 1 over 3. Okay, the negative 3 is the gradient of tangent, this is gradient of normal. Means the relationship between tangent and normal is 90 degree. Means when you see normal and tangent, you always have to know their relationship is m1 multiple m2 equal to negative 1. And then you just substitute one of the m here, then you can get the other m. So after I got the other m, okay, he want to find the equations of the normie. He want to find what is the equation of this straight line. So it's very easy. Okay, we just apply in this formula. Okay, y minus y1 will equal to mx minus x1. Okay, so at one point he given at point A. Point A is 2, 3. So I just put in 2 and 3 into the y1 and x1. So y minus y1 I put it 3 will equal to m. M for this one is 1 over 3. And then x minus x1. X minus x1 is minus 2. Therefore, I just multiply everything. I will got y minus 3 equal to 1 over 3x minus 2 over 3. And then I move the 3, negative 3 here become positive 3. So y will equal to 1 over 3x. Okay, negative 1 over 3. Okay, plus 3. So I make the denominator become the same. So it will become plus 9 over 3. Because after you simplify, you can get actually plus 3. So therefore, y will equal to 1 over 3x plus 7 over 3. So this is the equation of the normal to the curve at point A. This one we call it equation of the normal. So when you see equation of the normal, it will always mean it's perpendicular to the equation of the tangent. So how to find equation of the tangent? Equation of the tangent will have the same gradient with the curve at this point, because in one curve we have a lot of different gradients. So normally he will mention he want the gradient of the point A, so you just do the dy dx. When you got the gradients, that is the gradient of the tangent. Okay, after you understand this one, we go for the part C. Okay, for part C, the coordinates of Q, and determine whether Q is the maximum or minimum. Okay, here he say two turning point at P and Q. So therefore, we have to know P and Q is a turning point, and then maybe one is the maximum, one is the minimum. So we have to determine. So before we got chance to determine, we have to find the coordinate first. So when he gives us turning point, straight away you have to understand dy dx will equal to 0. So I just practice and differentiate one more time. Y equal to x cubed minus 6x squared plus 9x plus 1. So when you dy dx, very simple. Move the 3 in front, you got 3x minus 1 square minus, move the 2 in front, 12x plus 9. Okay, so when he said turning point, means we understand at turning point. Okay, I write short form here. Turning point, dy dx will equal to 0. It means the whole thing now equal to 0. Therefore, 0 will equal to 3x squared minus 12x plus 9. Okay, this one I have to factorize, because when we factorize, we can got two values for x. So before I factorize, I just simplify, make it to the minimum value. So I divide 3 for everything. So 0 equal to x squared minus 4x plus 3. Okay, after that I just do the factorize. So this one will equal to x multiple x. This one will be equal to 3, 1, negative, negative. Okay, therefore we will got two values for x. X will equal to 1 or x will equal to 3. Okay, now this is x value. One is for P, one is for Q. So here he mentioned P is 3, 1. So we know this one actually is for P. Okay, so this one is for P. So obviously this one is for Q. Okay, so we got the x value for Q now. We want to find the y value. Very simple. You just substitute this one back to this curve. So we got y equal to 1 cubed minus 6 1 square plus 9 1 plus 1. So we got 1 minus 6, we got negative 5. Negative 5 plus 9, we got 4. 4 plus 1, we got 5. Yes, so we got 5. Okay, so this one is 3, 4, 5. Okay, so therefore Q coordinate will equal to 1 and 5. Okay, so after you got this one, you got the Q coordinate, he asks you find the coordinate of Q and determine whether Q is the maximum or minimum. So what I mentioned just now, you need to determine, you just differentiate one more time. So mean actually I differentiate second time. So differentiate second time, this is I already differentiate one time, so I differentiate one more time, called d2y dx squared. Means you move the 2 in front, you got 6x. Okay, and then this one you minus 12, because 12x here is power 1, 1 minus 1 you got 0, power 0 here equal to 1, so negative 12 multiple 1 you got negative 12, and the number just ignore. Okay, so after you got this one, you want to find the maximum value, whether it's maximum or minimum, so you have to substitute the x value for q. X value for q here is 1, so I substitute 1 here, so I got 6, 1 minus 12, so I will get negative 6. Okay, so negative 6 mean we differentiate second time, he got the value smaller than 0, because negative 6 is smaller than 0. So when smaller than 0 mean negative. The negative curve, what is the shape like for negative curve? Negative curve, the shape will be like this. So this one is for maximum. So therefore Q is the maximum point. Okay, then you can got 10 marks for this question. Okay, this is a very long question, so hope you really enjoy this video. Okay, thanks for watching.